What up, warriors? Put that cookie down. You're watching another exciting episode of Psychopath Exposure. I wanted to talk about long-distance relationships today. If it works for you, good. I don't see how those things can work unless they're very short-term long-distance relationships. But and first of all, define a long-distance relationship. What's the long distance? Is it an hour commute? An hour difference? Maybe 2 hours? You're going across 2 counties maybe? 4 hours? Do you have to get on a plane to see this person? Worse yet, do you need a passport? Are you going to another country to see them? How often are you investing in that type of trip? How do you... I just don't see how that could work. Like there's all sorts of relationships. Like maybe you can have an open relationship. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me, those that are doing long distance, how it works for you, because I don't see how anyone can be in a healthy, sustainable relationship if you don't have access to your partner within maybe just a 30-minute car drive. If you need to see your partner for any reason, if you're having an argument and you really shouldn't be doing things over text, really get in your car, go to the person's house, let's talk. I mean, you want to see your person, right? You want to sleep next to them, you want to cuddle, you want to have dinner, you want to have sex, right? I don't know how any of those things work long distance. Again, if it's something that's temporary, someone has to travel on business and you guys are always on the video call, things like that. And, not everybody out there is toxic. Remember that too. Not everybody out there is toxic. So just because you're in a long distance relationship, if you like it, that doesn't mean that your partner is actually cheating on you. Hopefully you're not cheating on them either. But it does make the situation harder to keep track, and it does make temptation easier to jump on. So I wanted to just read off a comment that came in from Tanya. She just asked a simple question. Tanya asked, has anyone here been with a narcissist who cheated and never did it again? I suspect mine has just gotten better at hiding it, and being in a long distance relationship makes it so much easier. So no, I don't think anybody who has been cheated on by a narcissist had the luxury of it never happening again. Once you get cheated, you're gonna get cheated again, especially by toxic people like this. So I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone, but there's always gonna be that 0.1% is gonna be like, no, my narcissist never cheated on me again. And it's like, well, why are you still together? If they're a narcissist, why are you still together? And do you really believe it? No, they probably got better at it. So Tanya, I just got a question. I mean, if you suspect that you're narcissist, first of all, you're still in a relationship with a narcissist. Why? Number 2, if they cheated on you, why are you still in a relationship with them? Number 3, if you're suspecting that your partner, your significant other, is cheating on you, why are you still with them? Of course, these are all rhetorical questions. I don't know if you're asking this question in retrospect from a past experience or if you're in that situation. A lot of people in this community are still in the situation and they don't know how to get out. And at the same time, a lot of people have already gotten out or been discarded. And they're looking back now and they're seeing red flags and they're like, holy shit, So yeah, I'm just curious. If you're still in that situation, I mean, if you're dating a narcissist, someone has these narcissistic traits. So I would imagine you have all sorts of anxiety, all sorts of panic. I'm pretty sure you're probably walking on eggshells now, trying to catch him. I mean, if you're watching this video and you're already sus of what they could be doing, I mean, that's a huge red flag that you're in a wrong relationship. And it's a long distance too. Like, there's so many people that you could be dating that live in your city that you can actually build something with and see them every day if you wanted to. So that's why I ask, what's the long distance? Is it an hour car drive or is it a fucking plane trip, So no, I don't believe Narcissists cheat only once. As a matter of fact, they have a reputation for always cheating. If you started a relationship with someone and they were cheating on their spouse or their significant other, it's guaranteed that's how your relationship is going to end. They're going to cheat on you the same way they were cheating on the other person. So it's just a very interesting question. Very interesting question. Can you imagine the narcissist only fucking up once? Wow. And unfortunately, that fuck up is one that's unforgivable and you can't come back from, because that's it. Once trust is broken, it cannot be repaired. If you do, you're gaslighting yourself, because you're always going to have that suspicion that they might do it again. You're going to have those thoughts pop into your head when you're being intimate, thinking about the other person. Okay? And God forbid they do it again, or maybe even worse, God forbid you catch them texting someone else, even if nothing has happened yet. You catch them texting and flirting and talking about hooking up and things like that, and it's like you're watching it happen. Your brain has already agreed that you're going to accept infidelity in your relationship because you already accepted it. So now you see that it's happening again. It's easy to say, oh, if it happens again, it's over. No, it's not. No, it's not. And you know that's true. No, it's not. It happens again, and all of a sudden, it's like you have a boundary, they walk over the boundary, and now that boundary starts getting closer and closer. Before you know it, that boundary is choking you, because they just walk all over you. If you accept cheating once, you're going to accept it twice, you're going to accept it 17 times. So the key is not to accept it. The key is not to accept it. If you choose to stay in some sort of toxic entanglement after there's been infidelity, that's different. You're volunteering to be in some strange entanglement, that's fine. Just know there's consequences with it. Can you handle the consequences? If you still have feelings for this person, how are you going to feel knowing that you're still hooking up, right, with someone that was banging someone else, probably the night before, probably the morning before they came, to your place? Key is not to accept it. The key is just not to accept it, because no one signs up for a monogamous relationship and they check off a box that says, well, there's going to be infidelity from time to time. I don't know personally anyone that has ever done that. There's polyamory, there's open relationships, but a monogamous, healthy relationship, that's not a checkbox that's in there. The checkbox is not in there. So I am curious, if you're still in the situation, why, what can you justify? What's going on that makes your situation or makes that acceptable to still be in that? Because, again, they did it, and now they're long distance, and now you can't keep tabs on them. You're right. It's very, very easy to hide. It's very, very easy to hide. What makes you think that now that they don't have to hide shit from you in plain sight, now that they're not around, you're not going to catch them? What makes you think that now they're going to be faithful if they couldn't be faithful when they were with you before? It makes no logical sense. But as we know, logic goes out the window once you've been screwed by a freaking psychopath narcissist. Sorry to hear, but I wish you the best. If you need help with any of this, just leave comments below. I'm sure now especially people are going to offer you some really sound advice, because we've all been through shit like this. We've all been through shit like this, and it's easier said than done. I think everyone can agree with that. It's easier said than done. Sometimes you got to get burned 17 times to finally learn your lesson. I sure as hell got burned. I got burned 7 times. I've told that story many, many years ago. Every time I wanted to break up, somehow I just couldn't break up. It's like, I was like, whoa. I would look into her eyes. I was like, I don't see a soul. It's just an abyss. You're trying to break up with someone, and you feel that they're going to cry and try to work it out, and they would just look at you just dead on. Is this a breakup? And it's like, hindsight's 20/20. It's like, yeah, bitch, damn right it's a fucking breakup. You're cheating on me, right? You can't do it when you're in that toxic spell, especially when you don't know. Because I didn't know about this shit many moons ago. I had no idea. I know about this shit now, but oh my God. Like, the last thing I would ever think or ever suspect is that I was sleeping with a psychopath. A fucking psychopath. Not just a deranged, toxic woman. A fucking psychopath. Okay? Yeah, and it took me 7 times until I finally I was like, that's it. I was like, that's it. This is bullshit. I'm done. And the trauma came after, after my mentor explained to me what I was dealing with. That's when I was like, what the fuck, right? When you realize how dangerous the situation was, that I was sleeping next to the Grim Reaper, that's when my mind was just exploded. Crazy times, I tell you, crazy times. But it gets better. It gets better. Even if you're single for a while, it's so much better than having to constantly worry about if your partner is lying or cheating. It is so much better. So much better. You just got to work on the healing, on the rumination. Like, all those things take time, but I do have a coaching program that I can help you accelerate that process if you're interested. Because this type of shit will stay with you forever. And if left untreated, you'll sit there as a vegetable just constantly ruminating. And meanwhile, your life is passing you by. Time is going to pass by anyway. The narcissists don't give a fuck. They're monkey branching to their new supply, to their new target. They're going to repeat their story. They're in their own hell, purgatory, whatever you want to call it. That shit's just spinning. That's their loop. You're actually out, but you're out and you're a vegetable when you get out, And that's a horrible feeling. And sometimes you actually want to go back, because at least when you're back in that merry-go-round or in that roller coaster, you feel alive when you go through those emotional spikes. But when you get discarded, it's like you're just flatlined. You're just sitting there flatlined, right? But no, it gets better. Just trust the universe is on your side. All this shit happened for a reason, to wake you up. And we go into depth in my coaching program about all these things that led up to this situation. So if you're interested, do not hesitate to reach out, especially if you're still entangled with one of these predators, because it's not going to get any better for you if you stay. That's a promise. We'll always get worse. So that's all I got for today, though. But thanks for watching. Thanks for always supporting the channel, guys, and for sharing your stories and for asking the tough questions. As usual, if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and share this video with someone that you think might need this type of information, because this toxicity is growing. It's unfortunately, especially because of social media, it is growing, and we need to do our part and just get the word out there to give people hope. Because once you've been through a situation like this, you feel that there's just no hope, that from now on you're just never going to meet anybody, or whoever you meet, they're going to do the same thing. You're going to repeat the same challenges again. You're going to go through the same turmoils. You got to learn your lesson. You got to learn your lesson. You got to learn from all this shit. You got to pass the tests, right? You got to upgrade, and then you're not going to have these problems anymore. You're going to have better quality problems in the future. So that's all for today. This is Kita, Psychopath Exposure. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great evening. Peace.